The Pope's Final Message, a novella by P.J. Gott and Logan Light. Author's note. I was putting the finishing touches on the historical Jesus, carpenter from Nazareth or Nazarene high priest, when I felt the urge to write to Pope Francis. I knew it was naive and presumptuous and almost certainly a waste of time, so I tried to talk myself out of it. But, as I often do, I ignored my brain and followed my heart. And so on September 1st, 2024, I sent him a letter. Turns out he already knew, and he had already taken steps to reveal his knowledge of the secrets. Pope Francis approved the revised papal funeral rites on April 29, 2024. They were published in November 2024 as the second edition of the Funeral Rites of the Roman Pontiff. The revisions were designed to simplify the ceremonies, emphasizing the Pope's role as a shepherd and disciple of Christ rather than as a worldly figure. Notable changes included eliminating the traditional three-nested coffins, allowing burial outside the Vatican, and placing the body directly into a simple coffin at ground level for public viewing by all who passed by. Popes have traditionally been interred in the grottos beneath St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. However, Francis asked to be laid to rest in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, 1.1 miles from the Baker's tomb. We reached out to Pope Francis because he lived as Jesus demanded of all of us who love and honor him and his teachings. Franciscus condensed them to just 2 words, judge not. When he applied this admonition to homosexuality, quote, who am I to judge? End quote, he was roundly criticized by fundamentalist Christians and many conservative Catholics. How dare the Pope quote Jesus when the 10 Commandments call for the death penalty? Franciscus knew quite well that Jesus never quoted from the 10 Commandments. No envelope ever arrived from Casa Santa Marta, but his answer did. My selfish disappointment that I would never receive the Pope's response dissipated when I realized this earthly angel called Pope Franciscus already knew, and he responded enigmatically, as any Neo-Pythagorean Nazarene would. When Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected Pope on March 13, 2013, he chose the name Franciscus in honor of Saint Franciscus of Assisi, patron saint of birds, animals, and the environment. Franciscus of Assisi was the founder of the Franciscan Order of the Friars Minor, the Women's Order of St. Clare, and the late Third Order. He promoted French Renaissance artists and may have transmitted secret knowledge of the Nazarene and the Magdalene, inspiring Leonardo da Vinci and others to reveal their secrets enigmatically in paintings. Pope Franciscus was released from his physical body in his home, Casa Santa Marta, at 7:35 a.m. on Easter Monday, Vatican City time. In the United States Pacific time zone, it was still Easter Sunday, 35 minutes into the 11th hour in San Francisco and Los Angeles. The symbolism, quite simply, is too striking to ignore. The 11th hour says time is running out. Jesus taught unconditional love and forgiveness and commanded his disciples to do the same. Love all of creation, honor Mother Earth, or risk our own destruction. In contrast, Jesus' adversaries clung to hatred, vengeance, and self-interest, much like many today who claim to follow him but ignore his life and teachings, implementing instead the cruel retributions of the 10 Commandments. San Francisco, California was founded on June 29, 1776, when settlers from New Spain established the Presidio of San Francisco and the mission San Francisco de Asís, both named for Franciscus of Assisi. Los Angeles was originally named El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de los Ángeles del Rio Porciúncula, translated the town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels of the Porciúncula River, a name bestowed by Franciscan missionary Juan Crespi on August 2, 1769. the feast day of Our Lady of the Angels. The Rio Porciuncula, now known as the Los Angeles River, was named after the tiny chapel near Assisi, Italy, where Franciscus began his spiritual mission around 1208 or 1209. There he founded the Franciscan order, welcomed his first followers, received mystical visions, and died nearby in 1226. San Francisco and Los Angeles were, thus, imbued with profound Franciscan and Marian symbolism from their inception. Even LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, bears an enigmatic signature. In its tilted cross, a symbol, quiet, symbolic, enduring, it says, the true meaning of the cross was distorted, redirecting attention away from the love and compassion of the Nazarene and the Magdalene, and toward the science-defying but popular doctrine of vicarious atonement. In the mythic framework of the Nazarenes, Jesus offered his life not for sin, but for the Great Mother, to protect her memory from erasure. Beneath this sacred story lies a deeper truth, that a mother's love and compassion are more redemptive than a father's wrath and domination. This is the message. Remember with gratitude. Speak with compassion. Love without limit. The spiral has turned once more, and we are its fulcrum. Pax Homolux. About the names. Pamela is named in honor of my cherished and faithful companion on the 2015 journey to Rome. Hidden within Pamela are the sacred syllables M-Ella, Hebrew for Mother Goddess. Long overlooked, this name carries within it an invocation of the Shekinah, of the Magdalene, of the feminine divine presence behind the veil. Leah is named in honor of the young Italian we met at That's Amore, a restaurant in Rome celebrated for its authentic Roman cuisine and romantic ambiance. Our sisterhood was instantly and mutually felt when Leah visits Pam and me whenever she travels to the States, and she welcomed me into her home when I returned to Rome in 2023. Leah, shortened Cecilia, also honors Ella.